cities, sacred, voracious animals buckle into the seat of delusion, their faces tied in fists. Time proceeds in profile to a stop. On every third corner, 1,000 birds of terror shout in anger, in error, about invasion, diplomacy, corporations, profit, incest, murder, and research. But I am of the new mind, one of the first, a product of biology, philosophy, and disaster. The new mind is not easy. It's a demonic responsibility. Don't let your demon get away. Don't let your demon prey. And do not let your demon play when you're not around. Language, over and over again, for me, splits the stick. I use it against the cracked and glazed ones, the misfires, like this one in front of me now. His feet hurt, his teeth don't fit in his mouth, and I say, "Wake up!" repeatedly goring through the back of his head to his eyes. Wake up! So he will stop saying horrible things about her, whoever she is. That she is diseased, that she is a drug addict, that she gives it out to everyone, and she stinks. With the new mind, I make myself a core of misery and mistrust. His core. I fire it at him and make him stop. In the next block, I am disengaged by the following. Our soldiers in white push my drunken mother out of the terminal bar into a filthy cab. She has just had her hair done, her nails shellacked. She is wearing a cream knit dress, white stockings, burgundy pumps. She looks like an angel, fallen. Her skin translucent and so soft that if pressed, an imprint would persist. Her lips move. She drools down the front of her dress. One tall, fat soldier shoves her into the back seat and slides in beside her. Her head rests against his shoulder. The cab does not drive away, but simply disintegrates as our entire postmodern generation goes back inside for another drink. In the idle middle of my luxury, I begin to despise myself. My concentration is imperfect. I have allowed it to be obstructed by a notion of my own power and its worth, which rises up to spread its ballooning buttocks over my head, obscuring the sight of 1,000 birds on wing. look down at the sidewalk, the city's skin. When you finally realize your mistake, it is always too late. This statement applies to everything. Regret is a sentiment without alternative, a fixed state. It is something we must levitate from, to within a distance of our own breath, past the most cruel aspects of need. The regret of the shadow is the empathy of the slave. I have learned from the immobility of intractable regret to be more careful with every precious future step. Some say, with the burden of love, we lose our instinct for dissolution, and thus we evolve. This is the new message from the automobiles of destiny. Essence is essential presence. You must make a decision. Either you are a character, or you are useful. Suppose a sphere, supported so, from one arm of an obsessive mass. Suppose a sphere, its pull, an inverse square built up of lead. Its largeness from the center, floating lavishly and never again. Identical under some conditions to possibility. In the experiments with weight, our irregularities are due the rod. The rod observed, front attracting the back, is gravity. All-powerful grasp of the physical presence of paradise. The devil's tattoo. Minus or plus. Thus we learn to read the world. I remember one period of great profit in your history. You formed a beam designed to be your center of gravity. The curvature so effective, your masses, arranged as mounds, resulted in the greatest possibility. I mean, certain heights and distances were achieved previously unbelieved. Something like the Elgin marbles in comparable remoteness and lines of intensity. You had a credit line clear out to infinity, channeled into beauty, or luck, as some would call it. Your information pertaining to pedigrees was without responsibility and without error. One morning, you died. Your death was the start of a series of exquisite consequences for yourself and others. Your will was forged with the purest alloy. Your wisdom entered a conciliatory phase. You redeemed communism and determinism and executed them properly. You wrote the first real book in history about time. And finally, but without a glossary, you awarded your 3 power properties to others: healing, stealing, and flight. Now or in the future? The perfect question. The engraved man dies in intaglio, famous statues as well. From the edge of this great lake, our point of view determines what we must take into account. A hoard of coins, the remains of a bent city. For practical purposes, there is chronology and there is topology, both of which provide access to the Viking and the Buddha. We've come to realize the body is a frozen lake. Centuries earlier, a bit of light caused the ice to begin to break. With music, we can change heat into light, as with poetry and mathematics. It's a psychological process, psychophysical. In the language of investing, we are about to liquidate our stock. One morning, thousands of years ago, in a dream dreamed by our civilization, a large harmonically shaped number flew low over India. On its surface appeared a moving picture of the sexually possessed early Mona Lisa, She was vivid and overflowing with vision. Her later empathic extroversion, not yet in evidence. She was existential, she was language abstracted. She was adolescence, the Medusa, Eden, the Garden of. She was Navajo, Tarzan, the altar. She was a landscape seen only at night. She was a death rite, or circumcision. She was huts burning, she was sacred music, she was naming. She was deity or anatomy. She was Melimo defined. She was totality. She was the lull before rebirth. She was air, fire, earth. She was burdened. She was bulging with love attraction. She was burning with thirst. She was infamous. She was first.